I'm here to win.
You know, some of these teams have the... My show got interrupted somehow. How'd that happen?
I just don't know.
I bet you the power didn't go out at Disney ESPN today, did it, Jay? Hell no. Why would they want to interrupt brainwashing you? A technical power outage can't stop Guru in this show. Forget about it. If you don't like winning, you should not be watching me. Go watch Disney ESPN. Subscribe to them. Why? What the hell are they doing for anybody?
What are you doing?
Little as possible, sir.
They don't know a damn thing about handicap. Nothing. And I'm coming after you, Disney. Absolutely. Coming after you, Disney. Welcome to my show, Sportsguru.vegas, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the greatest city in the world. And welcome, gurus. I had a couple of days off from the show, and we went through the weekend, right? It's been tough, but and yesterday I really didn't have anything strong. I did hit a game. I didn't send it out. I like to send at least 3 bets out, gurus. So that's why I didn't send anything yesterday. But between now and this week and next week, we'll be pretty consistent with the games now. Essentially, all the tournaments are just starting on some of the conferences. As you guys know, we're actually going to bet. Again, the early conference games for the tournament, for the conferences being played, are at home from yesterday and today. So there's nothing new there. But as we go through, and again, each conference is a little different. So, but in these smaller ones, teams earn the home court, and so we were looking. You have to adjust your handicapping a little bit, and I'll go over that with you as we go over the games. But most of these games are still regular season games. Starting next Monday, everyone will be in conference tournament mode, so it'll be interesting to see, fun to see. We do have a couple bets today, some couple round robins we'll go over. And NBA we're looking at. Again, we're being conservative with the NBA right now, trying to get a read, pick around the edges. It's a little tougher after the All-Star break. So we're mainly focused on college basketball for these next 2 weeks and into the tournament. This will be our main focus. But whenever we have NBA that we feel, we'll get it out there to you guys as well. I do have 2 round robins today. I want to welcome the followers on TikTok and the X platform. Welcome to you guys who've been viewing and following the videos, and I appreciate that. Appreciate the followers, and we're going to consistently stay with that. Again, we're going to be busy through the next 2 weeks. The board was kind of light yesterday. I had like about 20 college games and about a half dozen NBA. And I found one bet I really wanted it to give out. But at the end, I like to have 3 gurus, and even though I don't have, sometimes if I have 2, I'll kind of cheat on one. But I'm always these positions are reasonable. And we need to have a bounce back between this week and next week. Wednesday we started faltering a little bit. We went 3-6. And then we went 1-5 the next day, and then we bounced back a little bit. We broke about even minus juice on Saturday, and 1-2 on Sunday. So we need to start winning here now, and I think we're going to have the opportunity to do that now, and we have enough games to get that back. So let's start off in college basketball. Both round robins are going to be in college basketball, gurus. This one here, we're starting out now. Georgetown, we had last week at home. On Saturday, I released Georgetown on TikTok at home against Xavier. And they did cover. They should have really won. They were up 10. I watched like the second half of the game. And they just are not quite good enough to cover that. The reason we're playing this game is their top players out for Providence in this game. Another reason is this coach was the Providence head coach, so he has a little extra, I'm sure, that he's going to want to bring in this game. And it's kind of a new season, Gurus, for these teams. Georgetown's not going to go anywhere. We know that. But I think the coach's goal is to get the team playing better. And we've won a couple bets with them. They've been undervaluing them, at home. We're getting a pretty good number, 8. Again, their best player, if you want to call it close to it, is not playing today. Now, they are a bubble team, Providence, so they're going to want to win. Well, guess what? You got to win by more than 8. So we like that number. We won with them on Saturday. This coach was there, player out, and again, they lost earlier in Providence. So this coach is going to want a little extra in this game. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. Now we're starting to get into the conference games. Now, we actually had a couple yesterday, but this one today, we're getting 11. Robert Morris, this is in the Horizon Conference. And let's see, I think they're at Cleveland State, if I remember correctly. And we just got done. We literally finished the games about 11:30. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, Gurus, that's the game. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. No, they're at Fort Wayne. And they can handle this team, Gurus. They can play with this team. 11, this is another season, right? The pressure's always on the favorite. They're supposed to win. These teams come out in these conference games, and there's more pressure on the favorite. There really is. They're supposed to win. The other team doesn't feel it as much. And again, sometimes that can hurt a team, right? Because, if they don't have any pressure, they're not going to win probably. So it's a question of what they're going to lose by. Well, this team can actually win this game. So we have that going for us. They've matched up with this team historically. They lost earlier to IPFW Fort Wayne. But now they're in a position. We're getting 11 on the road, and again, it's a new season now. It doesn't really throw out everything that happened, Gurus, for the year, and you try to find the best matchups. That's what I'm here to help you do. I'm your guide, and of course, I got to bounce back. I was struggling. Gurus, this is investing, right? And I'm your guide. So I'm I'm investing, and you're reading the games through my experience, and I'm glad, and I'm grateful for that. We need somebody out there to help steer people in the right direction. You're not going to get this information on Disney. You're not going to get these kind of bets. They don't talk about these kind of games. These are low-profile teams, right? They mainly focus on the more high-profile, the bigger games people watch. And there's generally not an advantage in those games. Not all the time. We have one today. I think we have a good advantage, and I'll get into that next. That's in the next round robin. But these are lower profile teams, Gurus. We know that. So we're hoping to clip that money line right there. Let's see what happens. The other game is Air Force. They're getting 7 at Wyoming, and I'll tell you something about Air Force. They've beaten New Mexico, and they've beaten UNLV on the road. Why can't they beat Wyoming, right? Why not? They lost earlier at home. And let's see what Air Force has. They seem to be a team that either wins or loses by a lot. So let's hope they win, right? But the number's reasonable. 6.5, I bought it to 7. And that's why I put 7. You always want to buy the Tigers. And I think this number is manageable for Air Force. They're a young team. But tell you beat New Mexico and UNLV on the road. This is reasonable. It's not unreasonable to predict that they're going to cover and possibly win this game. Money lines, I would say, on the low 10%. They're always optional when you're betting your round robins. I would say 10%, a low one on this one. And you only need 2 of these teams to win outright. You're going to make good money, Gurus, on your money line bet. So I round robin these 3, and you back it up with 10% on the money line. And again, not unlike, it's not, Providence is a bubble team. They're trying to make it to the tournament, right? They're even in conference right now. So, but again, they have their own standards they go by on whether or not they're where they stand as far as the tournament's concerned. But they have work to do. I was looking at Providence here from my information. I don't see them going to the tournament unless they go at least to the championship game of the Big East tournament. I don't see it. So, and again, they're a bubble team, so they're obviously going to play hard. But again, I don't see a pathway for Providence. That's just what I see. I don't. So I think Georgetown, they want to win this game for this coach. And as a former player, you look for things. I don't know what the coach is saying. They all know he coached there, right? It's no surprise. And I think they want to do a little extra. So we're going to take that game. And then the Air Force at Wyoming, that's a decent number. And we should be able to cover that. They've beaten some tough teams on the road. If they're hitting their threes, they're going to win outright, Air Force. They're a predominantly perimeter shooting team. And if they're hot, they're going to probably take care of business. Robert Morris, again, doubles in a conference championship game, not a conference tournament game. First round, they deserve the bye. Good team, Fort Wayne. They're going to have their work, but this team that plays well against them. So let's see how we do in that one, Gurus. And then, you know what? I forgot to put the other one in, it looks like. All right. Let's see here. Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to explain this one. Oh, Gurus. I typed it out. I must have not have saved it. All right, I'll do it real quick. Anyway, I'll do it while I'm explaining it. How's that? Binghamton's on the road, and you can try to get +3 on the game. Okay. Oops. So take Binghamton. That's in a smaller comp. This is a regular season game. They're at UMBC, and then we're going to go with Florida, the Gators. At Alabama, I actually watched the Bama game. We did release Bama on Saturday, and we lost at home to Tennessee. And it was obvious Tennessee was the better team. We did have the lead in the first half. I started watching it at that time, and it didn't take me long to see that Tennessee was a better team than Alabama. And my opinion on Alabama is that, I don't know. We'll see what happens in this game. But I like this matchup with Florida. Both these teams are going to probably go to the tournament. We're going to take Florida on the money line. Binghamton take the 3. And then we're going to finish with, this is a big game. I tried to look for another game to put with these two. We went over a lot of games, and we decided on Illinois. And Illinois, this is an interesting game because here, I think I can post this now. Yeah, there it is, Binghamton. So you want to try to buy it to 3, Gurus, on Binghamton. Let's see, let me check this message real quick. Yeah, okay, here's the marks down further. Okay, I see. Thanks, you guys. Okay, Mark said Florida Gators best play, and I agree with Mark. I saw this team. I like this matchup, and I believe Florida is the best play today. And so you can take, and I will say this, Gurus, the last, I would say at least 4 weeks, we've been hitting our best bets. Now, I'm just starting to show this year, and I'm just now releasing these games on social media. I've not done this before. This is my first year doing this, Gurus. And I've been spending this year giving out my best games, right? But there's also games I haven't been giving out. And we're going to do something about this, meaning this is a year to try and figure out what to do better for next year. Looking at the whole board, we can handle all of the games. I try to make the games manageable, first of all. And I like to release at least 3 up to 6, and some days we have 9 to 12. And that's okay. I don't mind doing that, especially when I have that many good bets. There are a lot of bets. If you see, I write out on my notebook. I went through one of them already. I spend a lot of time on a lot of games, and a lot of them I don't talk to you about, but I bet. Not a lot. There's probably about twice as many I release that I bet on my own. And I think you should get those too. Now, I haven't started doing it yet because I haven't figured out the best way to do it for you guys yet. I would mean more videos and all that, and I'm not sure. Right now, I'm keeping it simple. I think, though, the next step will be to release more games, and that will include the NBA as well. I don't think it's all or nothing. Mark and I on our games I'm not releasing, we're holding our own on those games. And there's some of those games, gurus, you might want to like to bet on your own, So that's something Mark and I are talking about for next season. And this season, again, I'm just focusing. Another thing, gurus, is, the first year is difficult. It's been a lot. Plus, I had that China virus in December. So it made it more difficult for me to run the business for a little while. So I've taken a day off here and there, just to get my meat back. You got to understand, gurus, you got to protect your mind, right? You can't overwork. I plan on doing this for years to come here. So if I miss a day here and there, it certainly could kill me if I don't. It's for you guys, if I don't send anything, I don't have anything. And again, that might even change. I think one of the reasons, gurus, I want to release more games is, what if I don't have 3 games like yesterday to give you? Instead, I have 1, but I have 1, and then I can say, well, this is our best, and we have all these others. So what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with that. And I think I'm going to do it. But I'm going to finish this year doing it this way. I've already started it like this, and we'll finish it. But that's an option for us to do, and it'll help you guys. Because there's NBA games that are games I bet that you may not get, and those bounce back and forth. It's mainly more for you to look and see, well, Guru likes this game, he's betting it, I'll bet it with him, or I agree. I might remind you, we're here to share information and to make ourselves better and win more games. So that's why we're here. Okay, thanks, Mark. So I'm going to go back. I want to talk a little bit about these games here. So Binghamton is at Maryland East Shore. And Maryland East Shore is a reasonable team. Binghamton's a little bit better. And in this game, we have a little bit of an advantage. We're going to take these points, and we need to win, right? That's what we need to do. And we already talked about Florida. I looked at Alabama. They're down this year. I don't see that team. I bet the game. I'll tell you why, gurus. The game was going up in points, okay? It went up a point and a half on Saturday. And there was a player that was questionable, and I use line movements as a way to gauge if players are playing or not. And it looked to me as if we had an advantage. Once the game starts, not a lot you can do. The guy plays. I don't think it really would have mattered, though, gurus. I watched the game. They're a better team. Now, without that player, maybe. We didn't have a guy either. So, but again, what do I want to take out of that game? I spent time watching Alabama and Tennessee, and I think Tennessee can compete for the championship in the NCAA. They're a very good team. Bama can. That's a fact. But so that tells me Florida's the right side of this game. I believe that. I watched them. I believe we have an advantage in this game, and I think we play this game today. Both teams are going to go to the tournament most likely. So I think Florida. Let's see here. Yeah, they're both solid. They're both probably going to go. So it's more for seeding or whatever. Revenge from earlier this year. They lost to Alabama, so that we hope that helps us too. And they match up well with this team. So that is our best bet. Mark was correct with that. Now, this Illinois game is what I decided to go with. I believe Illinois. I've seen both these teams, and I like Illinois. Obviously, the young man for Purdue, God, his name escapes me right now. The center, I should know it, right? Uday, I think's his name, something like that. He's always the odd man out on this stuff. Nobody really can guard him. He's 7'4". But I believe structurally as a team, Illinois has more players spread out over the court. And again, you can't really stop this center for Purdue. You can't. And that's going to be a big challenge for Illinois. They haven't done it lately. Purdue's been beating them. But I believe, there's always a turn. And at home today, I think they're going to compete in this game. And this game means a lot. Some of these guys are seniors. They don't want to go down losing to Purdue. So we'll see. As you know, gurus in sports, some teams just own the other team. And that's a fact, right? We call that dominance. And when that happens, you have to be careful of that, right? But I don't, I've been doing this for 25 years. So I have systems, I have things I look at, but I also know how to look at it from a broader perspective. And I believe watching teams matters. I do. We'll have to see if I'm right on this one with Illinois. But I'm looking at all the games, and I went with this game to the strongest team. There's a couple other games, but again, I'll give those out next season. I don't want to get into. We have some players. I'll give you an example. Some guys are questionable. I can't tell by the line movement unless I like the game. I'll release it anyway, and I have. But if I don't know, I won't. I don't give it out to you guys. So I feel more comfortable giving it to you on another level. That's the reason why I haven't done it this year. But I'm going to do it next year because I should. And that includes for football as well. So essentially there'll be games I release and then games that I call second, they're bets. You need them. I'm making the bets. What if you go 500 on your top releases, but you win your bottom ones? I shouldn't say bottom, your secondary bets, you still make money that day. Now, the secondary bets don't hurt as much. You don't bet as much. I've been betting half, and that's about right. To avoid their swings sometimes, but I think that's reasonable. And I'll share that with you, gurus, when we start football season. That's when we'll do that because there's a lot of games in college. Sometimes the NFL, I like some, may not be as good as the games I'm putting together. Most of the time, the NFL, I release everything because the NFL is like the NBA today. To me, they're the games you have more you have more room in the pro level. There's more parity. Games are not quite as precise. It's more of a randomness in the pro levels I've seen. Therefore, to me, there's more games or more chances. Either team could win. It doesn't matter if but the college is different. There's a lot more teams. There's more conferences, and less teams have some less reasons to bet them. So that's something I wanted to share with you guys. I've been talking to Mark about it the last couple of weeks and saying, I need to find a way to get these games out to the gurus on these secondary bets. And I'll tell you also, I'll be willing, I can do a show then, and I could have talked about the game yesterday and the support games behind it. Now, interestingly, yesterday, we won our best bet. The other support games won about a unit still. And what's wrong with that? Why not do a show and talk about, just because I don't have 3 games. And these are the things, gurus, that I'm going through this year to decide on what I want to do next year. But I believe personally, more information is better. I should do the show more than less. And that's why we've been working on these things to figure them out for you. Now, today I decided to go with these 6 games. I wanted to release at least one round robin today. I wanted to do a show today. Our best bets, Florida. We're locking in these other games. And then we're betting some other games as well today. And but again, we'll figure that out in the future, how that's going to get to you guys. I will be sending both of these round robins on the TikTok platform and the X after the show today, and you'll have a chance to view them there as well. So just to go back over again, 2 round robins today, and we've already looked at the week gurus, and Thursday starts early college basketball. What that means is some of these games start at 8:30 Pacific Standard West, early. What does that mean? That means that I don't know what that means, right? I'm certainly not doing a show that early, but I'm going to figure it out with Mark how we want to do this. And obviously my goal is to get every game to you guys, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get that done for you. So there could be, if there's an 8 o'clock game and I have that in the morning with a couple afternoon, then I have to get that done and make that happen for you guys. We want to make sure we get all the bets in, and that's my responsibility to you guys, and to give you reasonable time to get the bets in, gurus. So let's go back over this for you who've come later. And again, gurus, it's free to subscribe, spread the word. I need to make this business solvent, right? We want to have more shows. We want to do more things, and we will. We will, gurus. Georgetown's getting 8. We like that because this coach was there at Providence. Plus, it's they lost earlier. This is a good number, and let's hope they can compete in this game like they did Saturday for us, gurus. Georgetown's been covering lately. They've been overvaluing Georgetown. Got another message here. Right, Mark said early games for the next 2 weeks. And we'll figure that out for you guys, gurus. We will figure that out. We'll get that done for you guys. So, and it's interesting, I'll give you just going over these games with Mark this morning and yesterday. We have to go over twice. We have to look because we're so used to teams being in the regular season, we forget they're starting a new one. And this is the little things that you think are little that make winning in this business very difficult, which it is anyway. If you don't even know how to connect all the games and how to research them, they switch on you. And they go from neutral to home and all that. And you have to have a lot of experience. So, gurus, I'm grateful I'm doing this show to give you guys a better opportunity to compete and to make money. And that's what we've done this year. We have to bounce back. We have to have 2 good weeks here, gurus. That's my goal for you, for me, and for us. And then we'll fade into the NBA, hockey, and baseball. Georgetown +8. Robert Morris, double-digit road dog. Bit of a stretch, but I will say this. They match up against this team. And this is doubles, a new season. It's a new season. But they are at home, and they're a solid team, IPFW. There's no doubt about that. So they better bring it. But again, the pressure's on Fort Wayne this game, not Morris. They're not expected to win. They're loose. Let's say they're not too loose, right? Air Force has been playing better lately. They're a Jekyll and Hyde team. They'll beat New Mexico and lose by 20 at home to Wyoming and whatever. But you know what? I like this number. We have some room here, and we have an opportunity to cover and maybe win. So we like that game. So we went with this as our first round robin. And then the second one, gurus, as we already have gone over. Binghamton, right, at Baltimore County. Take the 3 in that. They're a better team, we believe. Take the points. Florida, this is our best bet. We believe this. I've seen these teams. I believe Florida's the right side in this game. Should get there for us. And then the Illinois. Now this one I'm going out a little bit. Gurus stepping out a little bit. I've seen these teams. Again, we have to stop that monster in the middle for Purdue. And he's on the road. And, Purdue's a good road team, obviously. So, and, I think Purdue learned something from losing in the first round last year. They've gotten better in their perimeter game. You have to. You can't win without that. But, we spent a lot of time. And again, Gurus, there's a lot of games here. That's probably I would say about 10 games that I'm betting. Yeah, that's about right. Besides the ones I'm giving you. So, and those will be incorporated next season. Some of them, I don't know if players are out. Some of them are just, hard, very thin line. There's enough reasons to not bet it. Or then if you bet it though because you're getting a couple points or whatever. That's how close it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. More games are better with experienced people that are helping you. So we got both these gurus and 2 round robins for you today. We need to come. It's busy tomorrow. There's almost 50 games tomorrow. Thursday has 50. Friday has 25. Saturday has 100. Right? There's just yesterday was a smaller board, but it's doubled now. Every day it doubled. And Thursday starts early games, gurus. And if we have them, you look for these videos. I'll remind you tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow. I'll be doing a show every day this week, except for Saturday, right? Probably Sunday too. So, because we got to get. It's just going to be busy the next 2 weeks. That's the way it is. And I took one more day to be ready for this week now, gurus. So we have to be ready. Mark and I started at 7:30. It took us 4 hours to put these games together here. A lot of work involved. But I'm grateful to do it. And again, we want to be better. Our job is to get better, be better next year. We have to be better. We have to improve every year. We're going to improve handicapping, Mark and I. We got better this year. We learned more things, validated more things. And we're going to structure the games to you so that it'll help you even more. And that's why we started the business this year. Learn what we need to do better for next year, gurus. Help us through football. We're going to be more polished during football with the show, getting the games to you guys. The whole thing's going to be, I'm excited about the future, gurus. I am. So we want to share this show. I'll be out there. There's a lot of work right now, so I'm going to mainly be out there probably next week when the games die down. And there's a lot of kids that come out for a spring break too from the university. So if you see me out there, come out, say hi to Guru. I'll be talking to people, building the show up, getting followers. So make sure if you come to Vegas, go ahead and send me a message, and maybe I'll meet up with you, watch a game or something. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for being with me today in the show. Again, you should have an alert on your phone or your computer when my show comes on. That's a reminder that I'm doing it. Obviously, I haven't done it every single time. So, and then if you have an alert on TikTok and X, it'll tell you when I put a video out there for you. And that's important. You don't want to miss any games. And again, gurus, we hope to have a positive week this week of cash flow. I want to get hot for you guys again, like I did during the Super Bowl. We had a very good stretch there, like 30. We hit about 33 out of 40 games, and that did a lot, helped us get into black. So we want to finish strong here, gurus. So again, I'm going to post these videos for you guys on X and TikTok for you later, and I want you to set your alert on your phone so that when I shoot this show, you can follow me. and for the videos. You want to get every game in. And again, I'm your guide guru, so if you want to mix my picks with yours, whatever you have to do to make yourself happy, and I'm here to help you become successful, gurus. You're not going to get this on Disney SPN. It's not going to happen. They're not there to help you. They're there to talk out of their ass and yell at one another. I don't yell at anybody here. I only yell at someone if they don't perform for us, either as a coach or a player. That's who I yell at. I don't yell at anyone else. What for? I mean, just like me, I have to be accountable. I'm telling you where I'm at. I'm telling you what I need to do. That's what winners do. Here's what I need to do. Let's get it done. So that's what I did for you guys today. So let's hope we have good results today, gurus, and we get off to a good start. We got 2 weeks of busyness. And then we go into the tournament, and it lightens up a lot, the tournament, as you know, Thursday, Friday. A lot of teams play. I'm sure we'll have some bets on those 2 days, of course. And then Saturday, Sunday lightens up a lot. It cuts in half. So who knows what we'll have, gurus. But you know what? We're going to give you our best. And that's my pledge to you every day when I do this work. I spend a lot of time doing work to secure these bets for me and for you guys as well. So keep coming back to Guru. I'm not going anywhere. I'll always be here for you through all the sports. I know how to bet all of them. So let's make that clear. So let's have a nice day today. I want to thank you guys for joining me today on the show. I will be doing this show tomorrow at noon. There's even a bigger board tomorrow. So get ready because we could have at least 2 round robins. I don't know till we do the work, Mark and I. But join us tomorrow. Tell your friends to join in. You can ask, here's one more question before I close the show. Sounds good. It says okay, that's great, brother. So you got on the show. Anyway, viewers, thank you guys for your business. And come back tomorrow at noon. Right, we shoot live every day, noon to looks like almost 40 minutes for me here. So anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. God bless you. I love you. Let's have a winning day today.